Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Heisman Talk, your number one source of college football on YouTube. I'm Nate Dogg here with my co-host Devonair D. Jackson to break down Week 3 Game Day Pick'Em predictions. D, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Nate. Ready back. Ready to be back and ready to be picking college football again.
Absolutely, and so far we've had 2 great weeks of college football, and Week 3 is not going to disappoint us. I do believe we're going to see some great matchups and possibly a few more upsets like we got in Week 2. So D, without further ado, let's jump right into them. Our first game, we start off with number 8 Cincinnati at Indiana. This is a 12 o'clock kickoff on ESPN. Cincinnati is favored by 3.5. D, who do you have winning this game?
Yeah, man. It's a close spread. It's a 3.5 point spread. So it's kind of like a toss up. I'm going with Cincinnati. The reason why is because their defense, man. They have a really good defense. They have 2 guys that are projected to go pretty high in the NFL draft on that defense, and J. Sanders and Ahmad Gardner, and so with that along with Desmond Ritter at quarterback and the explosion that he has, they're a very good team, and I think that they win the game on defense. And I think that Cincinnati actually wins, a little bit, more than the spread even gives. So I say by at least a touchdown.
Wow. Well, great pick, D. Great pick. We've seen Michael Penix at Indiana quarterback struggle early with 3 interceptions in the first 2 games. We thought coming into the season that he was going to have a better year. Doesn't look like he's made much progress, unfortunately, since his injury. Cincinnati, on the other hand, averaging 45.5 points a game right now. D, I just think Desmond Ritter is going to be too strong in this game against the Hoosiers. I'm taking the Bearcats in this game. So next, D, we go to another 12 o'clock kickoff, and that is number 15, Virginia Tech at West Virginia. Surprisingly, the unranked team, West Virginia, is favored in this game by 3 points. D, who do you have winning this one?
My big question is, can West Virginia score on offense? They have a pretty solid defense. They're okay. But can they score? I don't see it. Virginia Tech does. They have the better offense. And so, I'm going to go with Virginia Tech to pull this game out to win this game.
D, I think this game's going to be close. I agree with you. Biggest thing for me is, can West Virginia protect their quarterback? We saw what Virginia Tech can do on the defensive side of the ball when they hosted North Carolina a couple weeks ago. I'm taking the Hokies in this one, D. I think it's just going to be too much. Look for quarterback Braxton Burmeister for Virginia Tech to have a big game. He's had a lot of rushing yards. I think he leads the team in rushing yards right now. Look for him to make a few plays in the RPO game. Like I said, give me the Hokies on this one. So then, D, we head down south to Miami, where Michigan State comes down to take on the Hurricanes. Miami is ranked 24th. Michigan State not ranked, but 2-0. D, this is going to be another close matchup. Miami only favored by 6.5. Who do you have winning this matchup?
Yeah, Nate, we have a lot of close matchups this week, man, and that's what makes college football so great. Especially with having the out of conference games. I'm gonna go with Michigan State, man. Miami hasn't impressed me. De'Aaron King hasn't impressed me. I think Michigan State, their defense, Mel Tucker, I think, has taken over that program and has established, the defensive side of the ball. As long as, the quarterback, for Michigan State, Peyton, as long as he can, control the game and play like he's been playing as far as no turnover football, I think that Michigan State will win this game. Michigan State, they scored on a pretty good 38 points on a pretty good defensive team in Northwestern. And so I'm taking the Michigan State Spartans to win this game.
Great pick, D. Great pick. I tell you what, I couldn't agree more. Mel Tucker has really thrived at Michigan State so far, and really has his team creeping up this year. You know, a lot of the attention is on, you know, teams like Wisconsin and Ohio State and maybe even a Michigan with Jim Harbaugh and their situation. But Mel Tucker, look out for him. This is a team that can make a run for the Big Ten championship coming up later on in the year. Michigan State loves to run exotic blitzes against any kind of offense, and I think they're going to do it again against Derek King. He's really going to have to show off his speed and his ability to get away from that Spartan defense. I'm taking Michigan State in a close one. Peyton Thorne, quarterback for Michigan State, 5 touchdowns and 0 interceptions through 2 games. Look for him to have a big day as well. Give me the Spartans.
Agreed, man. Agreed.
So then we stay down south. We go a little north to Gainesville, where Alabama, number 1, comes into town to take on the 11th-ranked Gators. This one, not so much of a close spread. Alabama favored by 15.5. This is a 3:30 kickoff on CBS. D, who do you have to win in this one?
Alabama favorite 15.5. I think the only reason it's that close is because they are playing in Florida. It would shock me if Florida is able to cover here. You know, Alabama is just really good on offense and really good on defense. You know, that offense is very, very explosive, led by Bryce Young. Nick Saban is Nick Saban, so definitely give me the Crimson Tide to win this game.
D, Bryce Young has thrived in the past couple of games, and I look for him to thrive again in this game. I'm looking for him to continue his Heisman campaign in 2021. D, you know, Florida has struggled on the offensive line. Emory Jones has had a terrible season, honestly, throwing 4 interceptions in the first 2 games, and they haven't even played a ranked team yet. They played FAU and USF. So, like I said earlier, look for Anthony Richardson, backup quarterback for Florida, to come into the game early. Might make a few plays against this Crimson Tide defense, but I think in the end, like you said, Alabama, Nick Saban, the whole combo, it's just going to be too strong for Florida. Alabama's going to blow the Gators out of the swamp in this one. Give me the Alabama Crimson Tide. Big. I have them winning by 21 points.
Sheesh. Yeah, Anthony Richardson, man, really explosive quarterback. He's going to have to show that he can throw the ball against Alabama, and I don't think they're going to allow him to. So
we shall see, D. So then we go out northwest, where number 19 ranked Arizona State heads to the 23rd ranked BYU Cougars. A 10-15 matchup on ESPN, late game. ASU actually favored in this one by 3.5. D, who do you have winning this game?
Yeah, Nate, another tough game to pick, man. You know, you have 2 very dynamic quarterbacks in Jaden Daniels on the Arizona State side and Jaren Hall on the BYU side. And both these guys can really, really run the football. You know, they're not, you know, bad passers either. You know, so it's going to be really, really tough. I'm going to choose Arizona State. The reason why I'm going with Arizona State is because their defense. I think their defense is better than BYU's defense, and so I think that, you know, that will help them to, you know, get over the top and win this game.
Not so fast, D. BYU Cougars were underdogs in last week's game. They're underdogs when they played Utah last week, and they did amazing against Utah. And I have no doubt that they're going to do great again this week. Give me the Cougars and another upset to continue their hot streak to go 3-0. Now, D, keep in mind, this is the game of the quarterbacks, like you said, Jaden Daniels and Jaren Hall. Jaren Hall last game had 3 touchdowns in the air and 1 on the ground. I look for this BYU offense to continue, and I look for the BYU defense to continue their strength as well and pressuring Jaden Daniels and not really allowing him to have a lot of time to throw. And also, just a key mention, look for wide receiver Neil Powell. This dude's 6'4", 215 pounds for the Cougars. He's going to have a monster game as well. I'm taking BYU in a close game. Close.
Yeah, if you're on the East Coast and you want to stay up and watch a good game, this is a good game because both of these quarterbacks are really, really electric, and it's going to be exciting watching both of these quarterbacks. But Arizona State is going to win, man.
Absolutely. You said it yourself. It should be an amazing game. Yeah, make sure you stay up late for that one for sure. And then, D, we go to our game of the week, as you can see behind me, where Auburn goes into Penn State to play in a 7:30 kickoff on ABC, also known as the Whiteout. D, this atmosphere is going to be electric. This will be the hypest you've ever seen a stadium in the last year or so. Make sure you tune into this game, no doubt. Penn State favored by 6. Auburn ranked number 22. Penn State ranked number 10. D, who do you have winning this game?
Man, like you said, that atmosphere is going to be just crazy, man. Having college football fans back in the stadium is great. And, we get to see how Bo Nix, fares in this crazy, electric environment. For the game, I'm picking Penn State, man. I'm going with Penn State. They locked down Wisconsin as far as, in that first game. I was really shocked. I thought, Wisconsin was going to be able to do more on offense. But Penn State has a really, really tough defense, man. And, I just don't think Bo Nix is going to be able to go up there in that noise and upset Penn State Nittany Lions. And so that's why I'm going to go with Penn State.
D, over the past 2 games, the Auburn Tigers have combined for over 120 points. They've scored over 120 points. The Nittany Lions, not so much, but they did hold the Wisconsin Badgers to 10 points in their 16-10 win over Wisconsin. I think James Franklin is going to have the Nittany Lions ready on Saturday night. Bo Nix is going to have to control the line of scrimmage early if they want to be even close in this game. Like you said, the crowd is going to be a huge factor. I just don't see the Tigers being able to hold up on the offensive side of the ball. Give me Penn State in this one. Could be a lot closer than people think. Could be a blowout. We don't know. But I do know that Penn State is going to be on top in the end. And also, just another key mention, look for safety Jaquan Brisker of Penn State to come up with a few key plays in the secondary. He's an electric player to watch as well. So, yeah, give me Penn State in this game. D, it's going to be another great weekend of college football. When we come back next week, we're going to discuss the recap of week 3 and our week 4 game day pick'ems. So don't miss out. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you click that bell notification so you stay up to date with our latest videos. And as always, get ready. College football is here and here to stay. This is Nate Dogg and D signing off.